There we go. Alrighty. So I got a few deliveries in today, and I figured we'd take a look at them. And if anybody wants to hop on here, let me know. I'll drop the link down in the chat. But so I've been talking about this now for a few weeks. I'm planning on doing a 6 Creedmoor build, and I've been getting a few of my deliveries in. Let's see. So, getting into the reloading side, I got a box of, good Lapua cases. These should last me well. Hey, Dell, what's happening, dude? I've got the powder that I've heard is a good one. So H4350 seems to be a popular option. We're going to go with that. I've got my dies in. So went with the Redding Type S match dies. I've still got to clean them and do all the fun stuff there. But so I got the dies. I got a whole assortment of the bushings so I can set neck tension. That's got some glare on it. Anyways, I got a whole range of these, so we'll see how this works out. This is going to end up being pretty cool. So I decided for the muzzle brake end, I wanted to give this a try from Eric Cortina. So this is the next gen, they call it the EC tuner brake. So it's got their PRS brake built into it and their tuner. So I'll be able to, once I get my own loads worked up, tune them in and get my groups hopefully as small as possible, at least plenty small enough for what I'm going to be doing here. So we've got that. I just got an email today that my barreled action from Impact Precision has shipped today. So they're only a few hours away. They're actually right here in Oklahoma. So I'm hoping that they're going to make it on tomorrow, at least by Friday. So I'll have my barreled action in. I did go ahead and get the action wrench. So in the future, when I need to change barrels, I'll be able to get that done. And here we go. This is one of the big pieces. So yep, I went on ahead and got the Razor 6 to 36. I figure if I'm going to try and go with long range stuff, we're going to go with a well-made, good performing optic here. So I went ahead and got it in mils. That seems to be what everybody is running. So I think that'll be more useful in the future. My scope of my AR is in MOA, and it's the 1 to 10. So very excited to get this on. I do have the rings and everything. So that'll be coming up. Lots of stuff to do with this project, but today I got in the shipment that I was supposed to have had on Friday, so I could have started this project over the Memorial weekend. But shipping, things happen. So this actually came in 3 boxes, but I kind of shrunk it all down so I could have room for it. So I got myself a little bag, rest your arm and get more stable build positions. So that should be handy going forward here. I did go ahead and get a good quality cleaning rod. This is one of the Bore Sticks brand. So it's got the bearing on the end here. I think I got it plenty long enough. So this should work well. A few of my little things here. Just some brushes and jags. So I got the jag, the nylon bristle brushes. I got a bullet puller collet for my Hornady bullet puller, and then this is for my CPS, my competition primer cedar. This will be the shell holder that goes in that, so I can make use of that. Drop these guys back in. Ooh. Now this is pretty cool. I got this in yesterday. This is from Creedmoor Sports. So it is a multi-sized, see if you can see that, but it's got different calibers. So you attach it to your caliper on one arm, and then you can use it to like run. These are my 224 Match Kings. Hey, Michael, what's happening, dude? But you can use it to measure your base to ogive measurements. So that'll go in there on the 22. This one actually got printed wrong. I've already talked to them, but the 243 hole, which should be what this is for the 6mm, it just goes in and it wallers around. The one that's marked 308 is the one that's actually for this one. So, it just got printed wrong. Not, it still works. I don't know. I'm talking to them about it. We'll see what we can do. But pretty cool. I can do multiple calibers with one comparator. And I just dropped that down without closing it. There we go. Okay. Now we're getting into the fun stuff here. All right, so that is one of the MDT magazines. So the 6 Creed is like a neck down 6.5 Creed. Hey, Mark, what's happening, dude? So I went ahead and got one of the metal 12-round MDT mags. I did get a midway order put through today. So I've got one of those poly bottom with the metal top 10-round mags coming. So we'll give those a try as well. Let's see what else is down in here. Ooh, I figured since just getting started with this, I'd want to, start with some factory ammunition. So they had some of these burgers. These are 105 grain hybrid target. So these should be a good one. I got a box of Hornady as well, and a box of Nosler. So trying to get a few different weights to see what it's going to like the best. Dude, Midway is impressively good on getting stuff shipped out. Like, their estimate showed that the order I placed this morning before work was going to maybe be here next Tuesday or Wednesday. And then a few hours later, I had a message that it all shipped, and I probably am going to have it on Friday. But I got the bipod ordered from them. They had it in stock. All right, let me reach way down here. So I did pick up 2 of these MTM, the universal loading trays. So I like the stuff that MTM makes. They do a really good job, but figure you can never have too many of them. So added a few of those. All right, now we're into the point of this. Okay. So we're going with the TriggerTech Diamond. This is the single stage. So it's adjustable from 4 to 32 ounces. So very, very light. Should have like no take up in it. It's just going to be a little bit of pressure and break the shot. So we'll get that installed in the action, and then the barreled action installed to the chassis here. So let's take a look at that. Dude, that is awesome. Midway is just on top of it. All right, so here's the big one for today. Let's get this box out the way. My cat's kind of freaking out. Oh well, that's good. All right, so I decided to go with the ACC, I think they call it the Premier. I was looking at the ACC Elite, but it's like going to be at least 8 to 10 weeks. And man, I'm too excited to get this done. I don't want to lose the whole summer waiting on stuff to arrive. So I got lucky in, I got with Impact in like a time that they had 3 actions available. So I was able to get one of those. And then they have their own Bart Lane barrels that are chambered by Studeville Precision. So it's a crew out of central Oklahoma, or kind of south central Oklahoma here, but they've got tons of championships with their stuff. So I think this is going to be a great, great build once it gets done. Okay, so the way these come, you get the grip and the buttstock, and then the main chassis body. So I figured since I'm so excited and I wanted to get into this. Just kind of fortunate that Chris decided he'd take the night off. I figure if I jump on here, I'll force myself to get this done tonight. So let's see if we can get this put together and see what it's going to look like. So, purpose-built competition chassis. So it shows how, they got good instructions. So I'll be able to do this in the next few days once my barreled action is here. But so that is the guy. So action screws look like they're already in here. So we're not going to be messing with those tonight. And I don't know how YouTube's going to be when it comes to installing something like that on a live stream. So most likely that is not going to be done. Let's see what else we got down in here. Okay, MDT sticker, and then cardboard or foam cutouts. Okay, so we're going to keep a hold of these instructions. It's got all the torque values for the action screws, so we'll mess with those tomorrow. But I thought this would be another good opportunity to take a look at something else that I picked up in the last few weeks. All right, so this is going to be the grip. I could not tell from the pictures on the website, but this is actually a really wide grip. So when I used to race motocross back in the day, and I would always have problems with my outer 2 to 3 fingers from gripping the handlebar after so many laps. Like, they would get really, really sore. I found that if I used a different brand of grips and they were a little bit thicker, my fingers weren't as sore. So ever since that, I've really liked a bigger grip in the palm of my hand. So this is actually pretty nice. So I may not change that out, but we'll see. I might have to tweak it. Always looking to make stuff better for me. Another thing, so I'll kind of show off here. Back when I was 6 years old, I should probably tell everybody that I get going off on tangents and like have story time. But when I was 6 years old, you can kind of see, see if you can see, there's a scar right across half my finger here. So I decided that at 6 years old, on Halloween day, I needed to make a jack-o'-lantern. So I got a butcher knife, because that's what all 6-year-olds should have. Grabbed that out of the kitchen drawer and started to stab into the pumpkin on the kitchen table. And my mom yelled at me. And it wasn't about the butcher knife, of course. It was just that I was doing it in the kitchen. So she said, "You need to take that outside. You're going to make a mess in here." So I stabbed the knife in the top of the pumpkin and grabbed it by the side like this, and take about 2 steps off of the table, and it slipped out of my hands, and my hands smashed together, and that blade just and cut half my finger off. Well, it's a funny story because I got rushed to the hospital. I got 7 stitches, and I had to come back in 1 week, so 7 days. So I had 7 stitches that I had to get taken out in 7 days, which happened to be the 7th of November, also my 7th birthday. So ever since then, number 7's kind of been stuck with me. Bad part is I was very young and hard-headed, so I did not do any of the exercises. So this finger, this bottom joint moves. The middle joint, I can only move to there. And this outer joint, I cannot move on its own at all. So I have to take this finger and cover part of my finger there, and I can bend it. So I've had hand problems for quite a long time, but always something weird with people. So let's take a look at this buttstock here. If anybody wants more stories, feel free to let me know. I have a ridiculous amount of stories in the back of my head. Let me go ahead and pick that up. Exactly. 7's here. I'm not going to be too rough, but one of my tattoos. So I like old Cadillacs, so I wanted to get the old Cadillac symbol, but have it in my way. So I added a number 7, and then down there I've got the old Cadillac V with the Deadpool logo. I got that in like 2002, before Deadpool became super popular. So I don't show it off very much, but I'm old school Deadpool fan, like since the 90s. Okay, so let's see what all we got with this grip. And it looks like they give us a nice little Torx. Okay. So just instructions, looks like necessary, blah, blah, blah. Probably should have read the instructions first, but hey, we don't got time for that. Okay, let's take a look at exactly. So while we're telling stories, I'll go ahead and tell another story. Thank you, Mark. I'm glad y'all appreciate it. So I decided I would get that Stealth Arms Platypus. So it's, a 2011, but it takes Glock mags. So I go on and I'm building up the order, and I'm going with black and red. As you can tell, black and red, that's my color. You can probably see in the background, over half my clothes are black and red. I've got black and red everywhere. That is my favorite color. So I get a design and I tweak it around for like a week, and I finally settle on it, get it ordered, and I'm in. I'm waiting. And then on the Reddit forums, there was quite a few people posting their images, and I finally posted mine up, and I was like, well, let's see, what do you guys think of mine here? And the first comment was, man, that looks cool. It reminds me of Deadpool. And then the second one was, man, that looks like a Honda racing motorcycle. So my hobby is comic books. Well, now this stuff as well, but comic books have been my hobby since like 2009. I got back into them pretty good, but since like mid 90s when I was a kid. So yep, they called me totally right. And then when I raced motocross, I always rode Hondas. So I still have a Honda dirt bike out in my storage. So it's just really weird that I designed a pistol based on the colors that I like, and I got called out on one of my favorite comic book characters and the exact type of motorcycle that I used to race. So I guess I did a pretty good job of designing it. Okay, so let's take a look here. Looks like this has a hex screw. So, oh, yeah, the other thing. So this is that Real Avid, that Smart Torque set. It's actually pretty neat. It comes with a whole assortment of bits, but you get this little guy. So this is just a bit driver, and you can pop in this if you need to get a little extra torque. But the top spins. All right, so if you need to like put pressure on something and turn, you can kind of keep pushing and twist, and you're not rubbing your hand. Like, it'll actually twist on the end. Plus it has a built-in light that is actually impressively bright for a screwdriver light. And then you've got the actual torque wrench here. Oop, there we go. So I haven't used this yet. This project will be my first with the torque wrench. Yes, exactly, Mark. So I have my first tattoo is right up here. I don't know if anybody is a old school punk fan, but Rancid used to be my favorite band. Tim Armstrong is just awesome. Well, back in was it the late 90s or just the early 2000s? Tim Armstrong from Rancid, Travis Barker from Blink-182, and wow, I totally brain farted the bassist dude. I know Lars Fredriksson helped out some, but anyways, they made another band called the Transplants, and their logo was this gas mask, and it was like super, super cool gas mask, like the best gas mask ever. So I decided my first tattoo was going to be that gas mask, but over an actual heart. Hey, Ron, what's happening? So over here, I don't want to take my shirt all the way off, but I've got a like a realistic heart with a gas mask strapped over it. So that's one of my my first one, and then I've got a '66 Cadillac Coupe de Ville. So old school caddies are another one. So I've got on my stomach, like I was showing you. So Cadillac, but with my own embellishment, and then the Cadillac V with my Deadpool embellishment. So tattoos are fun. As long as there's a good story to them. I never got too far into the idea that you just get a tattoo to get a tattoo. Like, I wanted them to have meaning. I've got a few other ideas, but I've just never slowed down enough to actually get around to doing them. So I'm sure I'll get that point again. I've got a really cool one that should work well with my how I like to wear collared shirts. So I want to get a 5-point star that'll have 1 point. You'll barely be able to see it from the collar here, but it'll come down, and then 1 point across the front of my chest, 1 point down the back, and then 1 point across the front of my arm and one across the back. So, if you're looking this way, you'd see the whole star. If not, you just see little points out of it. Hey, Minnie, what's happening? I appreciate you guys popping in. So I decided I finally got the chassis in for the bolt action that I'm building. So I figured we'd throw it together and, just take a look at it. Like I said, if anybody wants to hop on, let me know. I'll drop the link down there, and feel free. Okay, so we got a long bolt here in the back. There we go. Okay, let's see what size this guy is. Nope. Well, isn't that always the luck? So I'm going to have to go find another socket to fit that. But I can get it started and we can take a look at this. Actually, I probably should put the grip on first so I got something to hang on to. Wow. Okay, so this grip is a bit of a contraption. So it looks like you've got to take out this inner block here. There we go. And then you've got just the outer grip right there. Dude, don't feel bad, Michael. When I was getting this tattoo done, my buddy was getting his tongue pierced. And let's just say I was watching, and I got freaked out by it so much because of the blood that was flowing that I ended up passing out at the tattoo place, and I ended up having to go back the next week because they wouldn't tattoo me while I was passed out. So I don't do well with seeing blood for some reason, at least from people I know. Okay, so it looks like we take this block and we're going to get it mounted in first with, do we use that screw that it come with? Okay, looks like we need to use the screw that they provided. Nope. There we go. Okay, we got a winner there. All right, so let's see here. Take pistol grip mount, tattoo chassis. So that's going to go right up in there. All righty. Exactly, Mark. You gotta do some things that teach you a lesson that you remember for the rest of your life. Like I said, I've got a couple other ideas. I've been wanting, like, when I was in my dumb. So I didn't have dumb teenage years. I had dumb mid-20 years, and I decided that I wanted to get a pistol tattooed on my chest that was shooting a bullet towards the tattoo that's on my other side of my chest through the heart. So it's going to be, a bullet through the heart. Haha. But I wanted to make it realistic, so there'd be like smoke and flames coming out of the end, like right as the bullet's coming out. But the more I thought about it and the more I waited and got older, I realized that that was probably not going to be the wisest thing for the rest of my life. So kind of glad I didn't ever get that done. Okay, boom. All right, so first block is in. Then we attach the post to the mount. Looks like we just use the little screws that come with. So we've got this little post here. I'm guessing that this is going to be for making adjustments as I need them. Curious. Do I need to take these screws out first? Oh, these screws are going to go in from the outside. Okay. Yep. Shift gears real quick. Let me take these little guys out. Well, dang. Oh, that's a little hex, not a little wow, that's in there. Oh, there's another cool thing. So this tray that holds all this, it's got a little magnetic spot right there. So if you got little tools, you can just drop them in there and they stay put. So, Real Avid's really got some pretty cool stuff. Hey, what's up, Walter? I'm trying not to miss anybody, but like I said, if anybody wants to hop on, let me know. I'll drop the link up there, and I'm just gonna get this chassis thrown together, and we can take a look at it here. I'm excited. I got the email from Impact that my barreled action is getting shipped out today, so I should be seeing that here tomorrow. I'm hoping. There we go. Okay, so that slides up there. Right about there, looks like. Okay. I wonder if anybody's like me, so I was talking about that I read comic books a lot. So there's always, I read like X-Men, and so you get to see the mutants that have extra abilities and stuff. And I've always been super jealous of people that have 4 arms, or aliens that have extra arms and like an extra head. Like so many times when I'm at work, I'm doing something like this, and I'm like, man, if I had 2 more arms coming out right under these, I mean, that'd be so great. As great as humans are built, it'd be great to have a few upgrades every now and then, like an extra head so I could be talking to a customer with one head, and then on the phone, with another head. Another benefit of having 4 arms and 2 heads. Okay. So we got that cinched up. Slide post over the mount. Okay, so then grip looks like it's going to go right up there. Oop. Probably need to take that off. Oh, cool. What, I have not seen Viper Tech, Michael. I've got a Raven Crest. And I got one from them, and then I literally lost it the week of Christmas trying to get a box shipped out for a customer. I picked it up, and it grabbed the hook and jumped out of my pocket. But I got another one on Black Friday sale, and I decided I wanted to go American theme there. So I've got red, white, and blue. But this is made by Raven Crest, and it's a little OTF, but it's a much smaller one than my first one. And easier to keep track of, doesn't weigh my pants down. But Ravencrest, they're always doing really good sales. So if you want one, they're so far I've been pleased with it. Okay, align the hole in the top of the grip with a hole in the post. Pivot, screw and washers threaded into either side. Okay, so these little screws apparently go in here. Boom. See? So that's pretty handy. If I need more light, just got it right there. So I am pretty pleased. Alrighty. Come on here. Okay. So I think I figured out how this the next part's going to go once I get my action in. And I'm probably not going to do that on a live stream. Like I said, I just got fortunate that I got this in on the day that Chris decided to take a night off. I'm sure he deserves it after how many lives he's done. But so apparently I've got to attach the trigger first, and then I'll bolt the action down in here. So we're coming along. Mag release. Okay. So grip is in, and then we want to thread in the grip attachment screw. All right. So I guess last we've got this screw that'll go up the bottom here. Let's go ahead and plop that there. Okay, so this is how it's adjustable. All right, I'm not going to put the cover on the bottom of this just yet. All right, so I'm just going to do that loosely for now. Okay, so these screws up here are for pivot. I was trying to figure out how they said it was a adjustable grip. Michael, so it is a 6 Creedmoor. There we go. So I should be getting about similar wind resistance and capabilities. Hey, 3 Jeep, what's happening? We're just getting my chassis put together. So far I've kind of unboxed everything that I got from Brownells today and started putting this chassis together. But anyway, so these screws right here are for pivoting, and then this one on the bottom, so you've got that gap right there. So we can go forward and back and adjust the angle. So we can be more of a rearward angle, slide it forward, have more of the straight up vertical grip. So I'm gonna have to do some experimenting with that. But once you get that done, it's got a little cover. So you can get that locked in, cover it up, and keep that all nice and secure. Okay. Retighten all fasteners after 100 rounds. So I'll go back over the instructions here later and make sure I don't miss anything of great importance. All right. So I think really all we got to do to get this on is just plop it in and screw her down. Once again, would be a good time to have an extra set of hands, but we can make this work. Alrighty. I'm hoping I didn't miss anybody. I think I saw Walters come in. We got Michael and Dale made it in first. Minnie. Roy. Okay. So for some reason I don't actually have a big enough socket to fit this guy. Ooh, probably should have tried this first. Nope. All right, well, I didn't bring all of my tools out here. I left my other stuff back in my loading room. Okay. So obviously we got to get that a little bit adjusted, but okay. So it looks like on this, and this I need to fess up. So this is my first bolt action that I'm getting into myself. So all of this is going to be a learning curve for me. But looks like we just loosen up these set screws here. And then if we want to adjust our riser height, and go up and down there, get it how we want. I'm seeing this does have some adjustment here as well, so I can go front and back a little bit. And then I'm figuring, oh yeah, there we go. So you can adjust the height of the butt pad as well. Get that set where you like it. I think it has adjustable cant also. I need to figure out which adjustment does the cant. Got that one a little bit out. Oh, dude. Yes. Yeah. We'll just say I went way too overboard, but you know, I'm one of those. I don't have a big desire to have like a humongous collection, but I want to have what I do have. I want to have nice stuff. So, hey, there we go. Okay. So, you know, I've got long, lanky arms. That was one of the reasons I wanted to go with a chassis like this instead of something, that was fixed. Those Manners and Foundation stocks, they look really, they just look good. I was looking at those Wooks chassis as well, but okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go back some, but we can make that work. So here it is, guys. And then, I have to figure out what weights I'm going to need, like where I need to get some more weight, either up here. You can add weights back here in this area. Put on a bag rider if I need it. I don't know. It's looking pretty good. It's pretty light compared to what I was thinking it would be. I guess we can go ahead and test and make sure, magazine well works, but I don't see why it wouldn't. Let's see. There we go. Oh no, first scratches are coming on it right now. Okay. So we are in business. So this has the paddle forward. That's going to be new to me. I don't have anything like that. Everything's a push button. But I'll get it figured out. So Rim 700. Okay, Michael, the barrel is, it's called it's a Bartlein barrel, but it's a Studeville precision chamber. So Impact Actions and Studeville, they're like in the same building pretty much. It's like the same company, but Studeville does the chambering and they use Bartlein barrels, and then the Actions built. So it's a one-piece action, and they are like the scope base is milled, built into it, like it's all one solid chunk of aluminum. So I'm hoping that makes it in tomorrow, but it should be super smooth. As you can probably imagine. Let me jump over here. Yes, I will. This is going to be a whole build series, so I probably won't do it all as live streams. Like this was just a fortunate situation in the timing that I got this in today. Most of the other stuff I'll probably just film and then post videos as I'm doing all of it. I've got a few ideas on different things that I want to do. So this right here is, I ruined myself. So I got my AR in January of 2021. And the first thing that I got for it was a Trigger Tech Diamond. And that just ruined me from there. Every single trigger after that has felt terrible. And I've been on a mission to, I totally turned myself into a trigger snob. But I mean, this guy, so it's got a similar shoe to what's on my AR, so I should be used to that. Let's see. I don't want to let it just jump away on me. Well, maybe it's got to be in the gun for me to oh, there's the adjustment screw. So adjustment screws on the bottom on this one. Anyways, I'll have to read the constructions. Interesting. Oh, there we go. No? Well, okay. I'll have to tinker with this. It might be something that it actually needs to be, bolted down and locked in place, so I got a little more tension. But I'm very excited about this. This will be my first single stage trigger. And if it's anything close to the one on my AR, it'll be a very, very nice trigger. Okay. So, hey, I think we're in pretty good shape. If, anybody that come in late, so I do have Redding Type S match dies. I still got to clean them up and get everything going on that. Some of the other cool stuff that I've got for this. So we are going with a, I don't know if Walter's ever tried one of these, but the Air Cortina tuner brake. So this one should be good, effective brake and then tuning capabilities. So I'm pretty excited to give this a try once I get my own loads worked up. And then what else? I've got Lapua cases. I've got several different projectiles to test out. So I've got some 107 grain Sierra Match Kings and then these 105 burgers. I'm really hoping that it likes these because I've got a whole bunch more projectiles that I can load up. So lots and lots of testing coming up. We're going to be getting this thrown on the 6-36 razor. So it's going to be cool. I've watched a lot of Eric Cortina's videos, Walter, and when I got into this, I was either going to go with an Ultradyne brake, but they said that I'd have to do a lot of tricks to make that brake work with their tuner. So this new one, they just come out with it, and they were going to call it like the PRS something. They told me when I was emailing back and forth with them, but they decided to just call it the next gen tuner brake. So it's going to be really, really cool. See, and that's Mini's good at making sure that we're still allowed to do this. Allowed by the government, Luckily, I'm in Oklahoma, so we're very free here, and I intend to take full advantage of it as much as I can. Exactly. Like, ideally, once I get a good load figured out, like say if I'm shooting, a half-inch group at 100, I can play with that and it'll tweak the barrel harmonics little by little, and I should be able to watch a group size go like here and then get smaller and then start opening back up, and then I'll know, where that point is that it affects the barrel harmonics in just the right way that keeps groups as small as possible. So it's be, you know, I've got, oh, this is ridiculous how much extra stuff I've got to learn now. But I guess that's part of it. I'm having a whole lot of fun just getting in and diving through all of this and, you know, learning AR style rifles, then got in with a pistol. I got my shadow system, so it's a Glock style. I've done a bunch of stuff to that to make it more competition worthy. I got my Stoeger M3K shotgun. I've changed out some stuff on that to make it work for me. Then I just ordered I just got in that Taurus TX22 competition so I can practice a little more on less money on ammo. And then I ordered this bolt action, and I've got that Stealth Arms Platypus. So it'll be a 2011, 1911, you know, style. So I think I'm getting everything covered now between AR, shotgun, a Glock style pistol, a 22 pistol, and then a 1911 style pistol, even though it takes Glock magazines, so I don't have to buy a bunch more magazines. And then now I got a nice higher end bolt action. So I think I'm getting all the bases covered. I really want to do different competitions. I've had good luck so far with the local, what is it, Indian Territory, IDPA. So I've already got the holster in for the platypus, and it's going to be wild. Hey, dude, what's going on? I'm glad you made it by. I'm actually just pretty much at the end here, just to show off. So I got this in today and got it mostly put together. I got to go find the right size socket and cinch it down. But the bolt action project is well on its way to getting started here. So we're having a little bit of fun tonight. But I think if anybody's got any questions, let me know real quick. But you know, it's getting late. I didn't want to go too awful long. Just wanted to kind of show this off. I'm obviously very excited, and you know, there'll be more coming. Like I said, as I get the action settled in here, mount the scope, get the muzzle brake on, all that fun stuff. I should be doing. I haven't decided if I want to do one big video or I'll probably just do little smaller videos in different sections of it. But either way, we'll have cool stuff. And then I got the pilot in for my amp, so we'll be able to you know, anneal our cases and hopefully start getting a really good load worked up. I've got powder, projectiles, Lapua brass. I've got factory loaded ammunition. I'm going to be able to reuse that. And anyways, a lot of really fun stuff coming. Thanks, 3G. It was very, very cool of you to stop by and check it out. So actually, all of you guys, I really appreciate that you guys hopped on and hung out with me for a few minutes while I put this together. So if you don't have anything else, I think we'll call it a night, and I'll get off here. I've had dinner in the microwave staying warm for like the last hour and a half now. Oops. But I've got a video I'm going to get loaded up tonight that'll you know, post tomorrow, running the Frankfurt Arsenal. I'm also working up a load on my 223 to try to get out to 45-ish yards on a 12 by 20, you know, person size target with a 16-inch AR. That's my goal. So I'm working up a 77 grain load. I've got the powder section of it done, and I just wanted to show off that Frankfurt powder drop. It's really, really smooth. So show off some of that and some of the differences that you can see in using different types of scales, at least what I see. So figured I'd share some of that with you guys as well. Minnie, I appreciate you coming by. I know you're from Legally Armed America's streams, and I appreciate you hopping over here and checking out my videos as well. And I appreciate everything you do over there as well. You're really good at always being there and being willing to go to bat and try to keep the 2A the way it's supposed to be, free for all of us. So, hey, thanks all of you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me for a few minutes. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all have no idea. So I'm going to get this all cleaned up and get to dinner. and we'll see you guys on the next one. So thank you guys very much. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you later. Bye.